Well, good morning. Hey, this is Shane Klakken coming to you on Valentine's Day. Hope you wished your Valentine, your sweetheart, a Valentine wish and gave her something nice. And I'm going to be here today to inform you about the week in review for February 8th to the 14th. You know, look at the great snow out here. We got some. Boy, we really needed it. It's nice and wet, just the kind we need. You know, now I need to help you get logged in. So let's get logged into what happened during this last week as your representative for House District 37. But first, tomorrow, the 15th of February, ends 6 months of elk hunting out at Elk Creek Adventures. It's been a great experience for hunters, you know, the serious hunters and the casual hunter. It's been a great experience for us too. You know, our hunts out there are do-it-yourself. We don't guide. We don't outfit, so people really enjoy that. We'll start off with the week. Of course, typically on Sunday, I do go to church at Community Christian Fellowship in Grass Range at 10:30. You can follow that on live streaming on Facebook beginning at 10:30. Monday, February 9th, was the first mining day celebrated in Montana. It's called Montana Mining Day. It was commemorated at the governor's office and around the state. You know, that was a result of a bill passed by Curtis Schomer, Republican, House District 48. That's House Bill 203. 135 out of 150 legislators voted in favor of that. And so now we have it on the calendar. That night, I missed the Lewistown Public School Board meeting. The stars just haven't aligned yet for me to be able to get there. But I'm sure trying to get there and hope it works out next school board meeting. Tuesday, the 10th of February, was kind of an open day for me, spent catching up at home, putting wood down in the basement. We had, catching up on constituent issues, researching current Montana political issues also. Wednesday, February 11th, was a great day with my homeschool group, the meets at the Harvest Fellowship in Lewistown. That day, we had the students put their reading voice on and their thinking caps as we read the U.S. Constitution and the Montana 1972 Constitution. Montana became a state on February 22nd, 1889. That's upon passage of the 1889 Montana Constitution. We looked at the enabling acts that are in Section 1 as written, which is right after the preamble to the 1972 Montana Constitution. And those enabling acts gave statehood founders the guidance and requirements necessary to become a state. And of course, as we know, the Montana Constitution was rewritten in 1972. My wife and I finally got to get our dentistry needs serviced here in Lewistown, and we're thankful for that, so no more driving to Billings for teeth cleaning. Thursday, February 12th. Wow, what a day. That started at 6:30 a.m. with a small gathering of guys for a book club at Keystone Bookstore. And that was followed by coffee with a larger group of engaged citizens at the Brooks Market. That starts around 8 a.m. And my second Constitution class with homeschoolers I do on Thursdays at 11:30 to 12:30. I meet with them up at Central Baptist Church. And this session we talked about how young can you be to make a difference. We watched a video about Sybil Ludington. She was a 16-year-old girl who made a much more dangerous 40-mile solo ride 2 years after Paul Revere made his relatively short half-mile ride with two other riders. And along the way on their ride to Paul Revere, the reason they're so famous is they were given a memorialization in a poem, and one if by land, two if by sea. You should remember that line. Sybil Ludington was relatively unknown because she was not memorialized as Paul Revere and the Midnight Riders, but she did make significant contribution to the Revolutionary War all the same. She gathered her dad's army, his 400 men that he was in command of, and they were looking for him, the British were looking for him, so his was dangerous for him to go out. She had to go out and get everybody out of bed and mustered to meet the British. That homeschool Constitution class was followed by me being a panel member on the Sound Money podcast. The 69th Montana legislative session soundly defeated House Bill 382 by Tom Millett, a Republican out of House District 2. The purpose of that bill was to establish the Specie Legal Tender Act, and that was defeated by a margin of 44 to 56. After it passed out of the Business and Labor Committee by a margin of 17 to 3. My participation in the Sound Money podcast is to educate myself as to why Representative Millett's bill was so soundly defeated, and I have an idea of just pure politics rather than reasoned study. The act did not require anyone to participate, but it did allow those who wanted to participate voluntarily if they wanted to. Now, for the most exciting meeting of the week actually, I had the opportunity to go visit with the Judith Mountain Players during their board meeting. I presented a plea for Judith Mountain Players to participate with actors and technical assistants in performing the reenactment of the signing of the Declaration of Independence on the 4th of July for our commemorative semi-quincentennial event put on by Fergus County. They accepted. The Fergus County America 250 Committee is putting the 4th of July festivities together and has received a grant to help do the activities that Fergus County does not normally do on the 4th of July. The usual activities will continue, but the committee will add activities at the Trade Center at the fairgrounds that will not be in conflict. On February 13th, Friday the 13th, it was kind of not so good for my dad. I had to take him to the emergency room. He had what he thought was a water blister on the inside of his left knee, and he has edema really bad. So I didn't have a chance to look at it. So I got him over to the emergency room. When the emergency room people got his britches off, there was a bag of candy stuffed down his pant leg. And he thought it was a problem. Of course, everybody had a chuckle out of that. But, it was kind of fortuitous because we had some opportunities to look at some other things that were going on, like his edema is getting worse, and also doing some kidney and liver function checks. We do have to get him to the doctor down in Billings, his primary care provider. And so that leads to today. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Now, I want you to stay logged in to what's going on, the things I can tell you about what's going on legislatively in the state of Montana from my perspective and my participation. Go to ShaneKlakken.com. You can sign up for my newsletter to look at this review of the week in a written format, watch other videos. I also do post this on Facebook at Shane Klakken for Montana, YouTube, Instagram, and X and you can find them, Shane Klakken for Montana. I'm also on TikTok, which new for me. I'll have to figure out how to use that because I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to get filled in on what's going on legislatively by their representative, me, for House District 37. I write articles for the paper. I'm on the radio. I'm on Facebook. I do have my own website, again, ShaneKlakken.com. Please go there, bookmark that, sign up for the newsletter, and stay logged in. I want to keep you informed. Thanks.